XLM has had nothing but a stellar rise. Yeah, I know, lame joke, but to be honest, guys, the predictions for this thing have been, pretty eye-catching, and I'm waiting to jump in on my position on XLM. So let's talk about it in this video. How high can it go? Pardon the puns, and we'll get into some technical analysis and some price predictions here. So jump into it in the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or follow me on X wherever you're watching, and let's talk about it. So some top analysts explain why XLM gains 95% in 7 days, and they also talk about basically some technicals and some prices, some price targets that they are eyeing up as well. So 95% in 7 days is astronomical. 44% or 44%, 44 cents right now on the chart, reflecting about a 15% decline in the past 24 hours. I think we're eyeing a pretty decent entry point here, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Obviously, guys, do your own due diligence, do your own research, and obviously, take into consideration a number of different factors before you make any decisions. Don't just rely on one person on YouTube, because what I do and what's right for me might not be right for you. So I just want to get that out of the way. Analyst on X called Greg Crypto has said several critical factors influencing this volatility and its upward trajectory. So it's really important to understand kind of the backbone as to why this thing's moving, and kind of like the technicals behind it as well. Just to kind of, because some people could jump in, FOMO in, and then realize, oh crap, this thing's going lower, and then sell out, and then they just lose money. Instead of, this is going to be a bit of a swing trade for me. I might hold for a few weeks, kind of thing, maybe even a few months. It just kind of depends on how this thing goes, right? So the upward trajectory has been a little bit volatile. We've had that big swing. Now we're having a bit of a correction. Insights suggest both technical patterns and market dynamics play a role in the price momentum. eGreg says a substantial capital injection has been identified as a primary catalyst. Additionally, the shifts in the order book dynamics, where the thin order books characterized by low liquidity saw large buy orders that pushed the prices extremely higher. This created a chain reaction and kind of a FOMO event, amplifying the momentum in a relatively short period. And I can almost guarantee that since this thing ran so hard the first time, people are going to be looking for an entry point into XLM. I can almost guarantee that. You see something running really hard, you take notice, right? And that's why I got into Pendle early on. I know I just kept noticing Pendle running really, really hard right before everything else kind of started to move. And I thought, I'm going to pay attention to this thing. And then as we got, some pullbacks and some retracements in the market, I made a few purchases on Pendle, and I've made a ton of money on that. So Stellar's breaking through low volume areas or zones with minimal trading activity, and that's what's causing these big swings. Less resistance to price movements as well. But it also is more prone to fall backwards. So, it is a bit higher risk, right? XLM always copies, doesn't always, but it usually copies XRP, which rose from 55 cents to $1.60 soon after XLM started to rise. So that's another indicator that we could look at. A lot of times they mirror each other. So if we see XRP running, we can almost guarantee XLM might as well. Further gains for Stellar are showing potential gains of about 233% to 343% from recent levels. Greg also talks about XLM targeting a cycle peak range from $1.50 to $3.70. So I think there's a ton of money here to basically be made. I'm not going to leverage this thing. I think I'm just going to do a straight up spot purchase, and just got to see where things go from here. Once you start leveraging and things like that, especially something, such a volatile swing, you could easily get wrecked. So I don't really want to go ahead and leverage really anything on this. So Charting Guy also mentioned that a highlighted long-term bullish pattern forming on Stellar's monthly chart. He says there's an Adam and Eve pattern established since 2017, suggests a breakout could propel from $3 to $5. That would be a nice range as well. So $3 seems to be the common, 350 somewhere around there. eGreg's November 18th analysis says XLM's recent weekly gain is likely the beginning of a further upward momentum. So let's jump over and take a look at the price right quick here. We can see still up 99% in the last 7 days, sitting at about 44 cents. But this thing got as high as in the 60s there. So what is the all-time high? It was 7 years ago, 93 cents. So this thing is still 52% away from all-time high. And, obviously we've got some trading volume dropping as well. However, like I said, the overall market is having a bit of a cool down right now. totally down 3.26% right now, and Bitcoin is hovering around 91.7. So definitely pulling back here. Let's jump over. We're going to take a look at the 4 hour chart here on TradingView. So I'm identifying this bit of a pattern here. Probably move that up just a tad. And I think that we're going to get a breakout here. Now, will it break up or down? That's the question. But I really, I'm going to keep watching this for the rest of today, as just to see if I can identify a bit of an entry point here. It could be right now. However, I just want to say I don't always try to time the bottom, right? I always don't try to time the top either. If I find an entry point and I think that this thing is going to go higher, I don't care if I get in at 40 cents or if I get in at 37.9. Like it really doesn't matter to me as long as I get in before that next run up starts. I'm completely fine with that. So that's what I got for you guys in this video. I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you like my outro. I just added it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Interested to see what everybody thinks. But thanks so much for tuning in. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.